I'm going to show you today how we can create this fold out kind of menu. All right, so to start us out, now the one I've got here is a little more complex. It's got a lot more code in it, just because I'm simply drawing all of these out completely with code. So what I'm going to be showing you is more of a simplified version here, where we are using that same image, or rather, we're using those same folds just as an image. Yes, for that sprite. So you'll see when we run this scene, we get the same outcome. They just haven't been colored at all. And you can always tweak that inside the code yourself if you wanted to. But let's go ahead and jump in on how we can go about creating this. And this kind of menu could be useful for quite a few things. Sims has a similar type of menu. It's not exactly the same, right? And I believe there's just called the pie menu. Right, you click on an object. Usually your Sim's head is in the middle. Maybe it's empty, and then you just have this radial set of options. And then when you select something, and then the whole thing refreshes, and you're back to having that same ring again. So you could use this for something similar to that, or you could always, of course, just use a radial menu with different buttons. But to keep this simple, again, we're just going to be using that texture that I showed you. In this case, the folded paper look. So in our constant, I just have the other script that we're going to be creating. And just a group that we can put everything in. Maybe you want to use this group later on. Up to you. Don't even need it, really, but up to you. Again, we have an export for a texture. That's the paper we put in. The menu size, center size, option size, right? All your information. Close delay. This is going to be the time when your mouse is on the options here, and when it's how long your mouse has to be off of the options before it actually closes, right? Should have been obvious, I assume, but yeah. Center fold is going to be a full texture button, which of course is the class we're going to be creating. Options open, false. Close timer is set at 0. All right, now ready. We're setting the size and we're generating menu. If you wanted to create yourself a tool button in the inspector, of course, this is what you're going to be doing in it, right? Let me go ahead and drop it down. So in process, we're going to be looking at it. We're going to check to see if the center fold is null. And if so, we can go ahead and back out. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get our over center and over any fold, right? So we're just checking with our mouse for this very thing that I just showed you. And you can see as we go there, I'll go ahead and move this over so we can see the rest of this code. If you need to, of course, pause. This is a long line. And if you want, oops, it's actually the other way, right? It's this way? Yes. I'll go like that and break it into 2 lines so you can see that whole thing there. Right? So we're basically getting the center and checking if our mouse is over any of the folded areas. If we're over center, close timer, of course, is 0. Open up our options. So this is getting us our hover. And if our options are open and we're over our paper menu area, of course, close time is going to be 0 because we don't want that to increase on us. Otherwise, if the options menu, our options are open, we're going to just add on to that timer because, of course, if that timer exceeds our delay, then we can reset the timer and close the options. Now, I should probably stop before this goes on way too long by explaining everything line by line. But again, you can always pause if you need to take a look. This is our function to generate our menus. We go ahead and we clear it out just in case we had anything in here. Again, as an example, if you had set up a tool button to create this for you within the inspector. Sorry. So we'll go ahead and set the center of our menu. We create the background, and the background is just that dark, I don't want to say black, dark gray, charcoal color that we had behind everything. And then we're making our option folds. So as you see, we're going to create a start fold, start, new game, right? Make option fold, load, continue, and center. And we'll go ahead and we'll run that. You can take a look at that just so you not too confused, right? So we load that up. This is our load fold. We have the load text, and it says continue underneath of it. Again, we make our fold for the options, which is our settings, and our extras, and our quick game. Right? Now we make the center fold, which is just our center. I set our options open to false, and close timer to 0, just to be on the safe side, even though these shouldn't be any higher than 0, and it should always be false anyway when starting out. Now to open up our options, we'll check if we're already open, return. Otherwise, we can, to open them, we're going to set the open to true, timer 0, and we're going to open fold on all of our paper menu items, which is just playing our animation to spread out. And close options, same type of deal, but we're going to close the fold on all of them. All right, here's our make center fold function. It's a big one here. As you can see here, create a fold button. Center fold menu, hover to open. All right, so this is just some of our text that we're putting in there. We have our color in here, so in this case, our center one is going to be white. Fold option positions. All right, so we're just really setting all this stuff up. Mark generated, fold, add child, right? Cool. Fold, instant open. Now for make option fold, so we can see all of these arguments that we have in here that we're passing in up top. So you can see we're getting the node name, the item ID, title, subtitle, center, offset, rotation, tint, and the delay. So you can modify that tint to whatever you want back up there. So if you wanted them, of course, not to all be white, of course, you can just pass in whatever colors you want in there. The default is white for them. Fold, create a fold button. And then we're just setting all those properties that we passed in. All right, that's all we're really doing here. Oh, I'll scroll over because we are going off screen here again. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. And again, I believe I can do it with this, right? Yes, I'll go like that and split it into 2 lines just so you can see it. For line 204. And our create fold button, simple 3 lines. Creating a new item as this class, set the minimum size, and return that fold. Right. On fold selected. So this is where this is basically our click that's happening, right? When our mouse is over any of them. So again, we're just ensuring that, of course, nothing closes, but we also got that slight hover or slight size expansion going on with it. Okay. Option folds, just move that over so you can see all the way at the end. We're returning a bool on that line. And of course, make background, clear generated, and that mark generated. All right, now for the actual buttons themselves. All right, so this is where you can see the default I put in here is white. Class name is our fold texture button. Signal, we have fold selected. And then our item ID, text, subtitle text, paper texture, tint, text color, right? All these things that we're really passing in. Open position, close, rotation, right? All the stuff that we're setting up. We've already seen effectively, or pretty well, all of these things. And ready, ignore texture size is true. Stretch mode gets set up. Default cursor shape is being set to the pointing hand, because why not, right? Focus mode is set to focus all. Can apply texture, create label, update labels, connect our press signal, connect our mouse entered, mouse exit, and this has got the same thing for focus. Right? In case you want to, of course, set up your controller. Notifications, we're checking to see if things get resized. If so, we call layout labels, which is going to adjust the position of everything. Instant open is going to instantly kill our tween. Set our is open to true. Set our position, rotation, scales, modulate, and all that. Instant close, same thing. Kill the tween, is open to false, and set everything again. Our open fold, if open, return. Otherwise, we'll kill tween, set open, create our tween, and perform our animation. Scroll over here if you need to see a little more. Right? Close fold, same type of setup. If we're not open, exit, otherwise kill the tween. Set is open to false. And create our animation here. Our mouse is hovered over. We can adjust our modulation. And again, we're growing, right? So we got that bit of expansion. On press, we emit our signal with the item ID so we know what we're clicking. All right. Mouse entered. If we're not hovering, return. If it's not open, return, right? So we're just not going to mess with it if the menu isn't open, basically is what we're doing. Otherwise, kill the tween, adjust or set the target position, create our animation. Mouse exit, again, same idea. Exit early if we need to, kill the tween, create our animation. And apply the texture is just applying that paper texture that we already set up and setting the tint of it, creating the labels for our text. All right, all fairly simple things. Updating our label if we need to, laying out our labels in terms of positions and size. Of course, you can take a look at that if you need to. Go ahead and pause, of course. And kill tween simply checks if the tween is valid, kill it. And that's all we need to create this fold out kind of menu, which is kind of neat, if you ask me. Oh, how did I do that? I don't know how I managed to. Oh, we just had it there with the quit button. Oh, so we go a little too quick and kind of break it. That's good to know. So if you want to change your colors, of course, just got to take a look at where you're modifying them. Right, the tint here. It's our center fold. Here we are. Our colors here. So if we wanted to, we can come in here. Right. So let's say we come in here. Drop that down, right? Come in here and just really mess with some of these. Let's go with this one, drop that there. So now when we go ahead and show this, you can see now we have all of our colors. All right, so you can go in there and you can set those up with specific colors or random colors or whatever it is you want to do. Now, I said mine was a little more complicated, the one that I showed you initially. And as you can see, these are close to 300 lines of code, right? And together, about 500. But the one that I've got here, just the generating one alone, is around 350. And again, this is because I'm, in my case, I just locate what I'm looking for here. Just look on the side. That would be useful. There we go. So like on my my envelopes here, I'm just using draw since I don't have any texture. So I'm drawing all the folds in and all the symbols in. And that's why when we come here, we can see I've got like this folder icon that I'm drawing, star, this exit, these little crosshairs, a play button. Right, so you can see if you want to take it even further, you can go ahead and draw things on it, or you can just draw the whole thing if you wanted to really get to that. But in essence, the one I showed you is the whole system in of itself. It's up to you if you want to complicate that even more. I am just rambling on at this point, and I know it. I realize that. But that's the fold out menu. Hopefully, you at least found that interesting. But with that, take care. Have yourselves a good one. I'll see you guys next time. And if there's a certain menu type that's interesting like this that you want to see, go ahead and leave it down in the comments, and maybe we'll get to that next week. All right, that's it. Take care. Have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.